Your cancer risk dramatically drops when you make the right food choices. Strategic food choices make a big difference in your cancer diagnosis. In this video, I'm showing you the specific foods that you need to cut back on so you can feel your best after cancer. So whether you're diagnosed with breast cancer, prostate cancer, colorectal cancer, this video is for you. Choosing foods that support healing, they boost your energy, they strengthen your body, they help you feel like you again after cancer. Now, not all healthy foods can help you recover after cancer. This is the major mistake that I see most cancer survivors make. Some are quietly adding to your weight gain, your inflammation, and your risk of a cancer recurrence. High-fat, calorie-dense foods often get a health halo. Chia seeds, flax seeds, hemp hearts, even avocados. Now, these all have valuable nutrients, but they're extremely energy-dense. When I was recovering from stage 3 cancer, I leaned heavily on these foods. I was fueling my body with the best nutrition possible. Or so I thought. They felt wholesome. They felt healing. What I didn't realize is that my physical activity level had actually plummeted from extreme exhaustion due to my treatment. But even though I was less active, my calories had slowly crept up. And the result is that I had gained 20 pounds during my cancer treatment. Now, these foods aren't bad by any means. In fact, they're packed with really beneficial nutrients. Chia seeds and flax seeds, they're really rich in fiber and omega-3s. This is gonna support heart health, reduce cholesterol, and reduce inflammation. And hemp hearts, well, that's a great plant-based protein. It's also rich in magnesium and zinc. These are nutrients that are vital for muscle repair and cellular repair. And avocados, well, they offer potassium and folate. This is going to support your cardiovascular health. These are nutrient powerhouses. The problem isn't the nutrient profile. The problem is how we overdo them. Even the healthiest foods can work against you if you do not pay attention to the serving size. And typically, the serving sizes of these foods are too large. They're often eaten too frequently and too large of a portion, and they're not balanced with your diet. And here's exactly why this matters. Calorie-dense foods pack a lot of nutrients into a small volume. 2 to 3 spoonfuls might not look like much, but the calories add up very quickly. Your brain, your stomach, it doesn't register that it's feeling full. Not in the same way that your body responds to when you eat a large salad or a big volume of food. This makes it incredibly easy to eat more calories than you need. Over time, those extra calories are stored as extra energy, and that's what becomes fat. Now, excess fat tissue isn't just passive storage, and it's not just about vanity either. Fat tissue produces estrogen, which is critically important for many cancer survivors. And particularly after menopause or after a medical menopause, this fat storage can be the main contributor of estrogen. But it also releases inflammatory molecules, and these molecules can result in cancer cells growing. This is why cancer research consistently shows that women that are overweight or obese are at a higher risk of cancer or cancer recurrence. This is a factor that can actually shorten your survival. Now, for breast cancer survivors specifically, who have a type of cancer that's driven by estrogen, this is a main concern. But even cancers that are not driven by estrogen, fat tissue still results in disrupted insulin regulation and inflammation that can increase your risk of a cancer recurrence. Now, weight gain during and after cancer treatment is far more common than most people think. Decades ago, weight loss was typical during cancer and cancer treatment. Nausea, poor appetite, and the physical demands of treatment were so severe. But with modern anti-nauseant medications and changes in treatment protocols, this isn't the same case. The pattern has shifted. Now, many cancer survivors actually gain weight, and they gain it quickly. Many studies show that breast cancer survivors gain at least 5 to 10 pounds during their active treatment, and that weight skyrockets post-treatment if they don't have a structured recovery plan. The reasons for this are complex. Fatigue or exhaustion limits your activity. Hormone shifts from treatments that are anti-estrogen in nature, steroid use during chemotherapy, and if you're anything like me, you might have increased emotional eating during your treatment. Plus, throughout your treatment and your surgery, you have a significant loss in muscle mass, which slows your metabolism. But here's the kicker. Even a modest gain in weight really matters. That extra 5 to 10 pounds, that's significant in terms of your cancer risk. It pushes you into a higher body fat percentage. That changes your hormone environment. It increases inflammation, and it makes weight loss even harder. Plus, when those extra calories that you are consuming come from what you believe are healthy foods, that can be very frustrating. Many cancer survivors even miss the connection. But portion size plays a huge role here. Chia seeds are packed with omega-3 and fiber, but 2 tablespoons of chia seeds gives you 120 calories. 2 tablespoons of flax seeds is 110 calories. 3 tablespoons of hemp hearts is 170 calories. And half an avocado is 120. That's more than 500 calories. That's roughly equivalent to a decent meal. If you're subtly adding these ingredients to smoothies or recipes, that can make a big change. Plus, if you do that daily without adjusting other parts of your diet, it's going to result in weight gain. Now, I've seen this play out countless times with the cancer survivors that come to work with me inside the Cancer Freedom Program. One woman was faithfully making a smoothie every morning. It included protein powder, almond milk, mixed berries, spinach, and here's the kicker, a handful of hemp hearts. She thought she was giving her body extra protein and healthy fats, but that handful she was tossing in was nearly a half a cup. That's more than 400 calories just on its own. Once we adjusted that down to 1 tablespoon, it made a big difference. Making that change and a few small other tweaks throughout her day started resulting in weight loss. She didn't feel deprived, and she was still meeting her nutritional needs. Now, the goal isn't to cut out the foods you love entirely. It's to strike the right balance of nutrient intake and calories needed. When you get the right balance, you enjoy the benefits without the downside. These foods can be a great addition to your diet just a few times a week. If we look at modest portions and pair it with vegetables, lean protein, and whole grains, that's where we strike a brilliant balance. But it's important to be aware of the mental side of recovery too. After treatment, many cancer survivors believe they deserve the best foods. They're looking at food as a reward. And I understand this completely because I felt the same way. You should be able to enjoy a smoothie or a slice of cake or a glass of wine, but that's not going to support your health. For me, that meant changing the amount of avocado I eat and removing the healthy trail mix I snacked on multiple times a day. My body didn't need that much concentrated fat and calories, especially while I was less active. Now, the extra weight, it crept up slowly, and it took intentional efforts for me to drop it. And this is why volume-based eating and macronutrient tracking works so well in cancer recovery. Instead of snacking on small amounts of calorie-dense foods, fill your plate with lower calorie food options that are still going to give you a tremendous amount of nutrients. Things like leafy greens or roasted vegetables, fresh fruit or lean protein. You get a larger portions and feel satisfied. Plus, you still keep your calorie intake in check. Now, calorie-dense foods can be used strategically. You can sprinkle them on top or blend them in, or you can use them as added flavor rather than bulk. For example, I love avocado toast, but I keep my avocado to a quarter of the entire thing. This is a big difference compared to a half or a whole. You can spread it in a thin layer, then add tomato slices or cucumber. You can even add sprouts for added nutrients and texture. If you enjoy hemp hearts, then measure them out strictly instead of free pouring them. And chia seeds can be used to garnish a yogurt parfait rather than making them a main event. Understanding the calories you need after cancer is so important. Treatments like chemo, radiation, or surgery, they have a large impact on your muscle mass. And since having more muscle allows you to burn more calories than fat, this is a significant shift. This actually means even if you maintain your weight, you're going to require fewer calories even though you're at the same body weight. Now, I often recommend the cancer survivors and thrivers that work with me inside the Cancer Freedom Program regularly take their body weight. Now, this is not a measurement of your self-worth, but this is a feedback tool for your health. If the number is creeping up or creeping down, that's a sign that you need to make changes. Making small adjustments early in that process is going to be so much easier than making big leaps later down the road. Now look, over time, these habits, they're going to become second nature for you. You'll enjoy flavor, texture, and nutrients in a variety of foods. You'll also enjoy the confidence of knowing you're supporting your body. You're keeping your weight in a healthy range, and you're lowering your cancer risk in the process. Now, nutrient-dense foods and calorie-rich foods can absolutely fit into your diet, but the main takeaway is that they need to be balanced and you need to have awareness around them. The key isn't just about what you eat, it's how much you eat and how often. But here's your next step. We have to look at your macronutrient split in your diet. This is critical for cancer survivors. And that's exactly why I'm linking up this next video for you here. Click the link here and I'll see you in the next video.